Hey guys, Final Death Star here, and today we're talking Lucasfilm and the continued attacks towards the fans. I mean, it's like never ending. It seems like every day there's something new, and this was from a Twitter account, employee of Lucasfilm that goes by Geek Girl Diva, and you can go on and find this tweet. And this was tweeted towards all fans of Star Wars who have been complaining about the current franchise and the direction that Lucasfilm has been taking the franchise. So, Geek Girl Diva says, "You are not a, quote, customer of either Lucasfilm or Star Wars. You may be a customer of Hasbro or Del Rey or any number of licenses, but buying a movie ticket doesn't make you a customer, unless it's of the theater you bought the ticket from. You do not own LFL or SW franchise, Lucasfilm Limited or Star Wars franchise." So this was her first main tweet. Now it goes on, she says, "Likewise, you do not deserve your own personal acceptable, again quotes, treatment or behaviors from anyone at LFL, associated with LFL, or otherwise employed by LFL. They don't owe you anything because they work somewhere that makes something that you think should be made differently. You are entitled," this is another tweet, "you are entitled to your own opinion, sure, but so is anyone at LFL. If LFL has an issue with their behavior, they'll correct it. It's not your job or your place to tell them how they should behave. They don't work for you. Stop acting like they do. Thank you and yub yub." And then someone commented that buying their product, a movie ticket, doesn't make me a customer. What the hell would you call it then? And then she responded, "They don't sell a movie ticket. They sell a piece of art and market it. The theater pays to screen it. You pay the theater. There's a difference. It's not a product. You can't buy it. You don't own it." Okay, so this is the mindset and the culture right now at Lucasfilm. It's just so beyond absurd. On one hand, I understand what she's trying to say, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't make this any better. It doesn't make a difference. You can't call the people that are spending money on your product non-customers. Yeah, you're working on art, and this is technically an art piece that you're providing and marketing, but this isn't like a passion project you're releasing on YouTube for free. You're working for Disney. You have obligations. It's a financial transaction. We pay, and then we get a product that makes us customers. You have to rely on the fans to be paying so that you can get paid from the theaters or Hasbro or whatever marketing, whatever merchandise company is paying you to provide that product to us. We got to pay them, they got to pay you. It's a symbiotic relationship here. The logic in this thinking is backwards. I mean, it just, from a business point of view, a business standpoint, this is the worst way to run a business. You're trying to rationalize the fact that because you make art and you're selling it to a theater and the theater's paying for it, that the fans don't matter. We're ultimately still the customers, and to have that said, that you are not a customer of either Lucasfilm or Star Wars. For the amount of money that myself and I'm sure all of you guys watching this have spent on this franchise over the last few decades, I mean, that's just downright insulting. And then to have this sort of backwards logic to try to wiggle your way out of having us be customers to Lucasfilm and Star Wars, and I mean, it's just so absurd. And to have this be tweeted by a Lucasfilm employee, I mean, look, she and anyone else is entitled to their opinion. The problem is, when tweets like this go out, toxic, the fandom is already broken apart enough, and instead of reaching your hand across the aisle and trying to make amends and find common ground, it's more insults of now you're saying we're not customers. Lucasfilm just did away with the customer's always right philosophy by not calling us customers. They've just gone away from the whole. That is like the principle, the golden rule of consumerism and any customer-driven industry. The customer's always right. If you call the people paying for your product, whether they're paying you directly or paying a movie theater first, non-customers, you've just killed any kind of customer, any kind of customer relation. You've just destroyed it. You've buried it. One, but it also reflects on the company. Is this like, and I'm sure this wasn't an official Lucasfilm statement, so I'm not saying everyone at Lucasfilm feels this way, but again, it's just the ongoing nature of the things that are coming out. It's just like one attack after another attack. For all the flack that George Lucas got for the prequel movies, I never saw anything like this, or read anything from him insulting the fans, calling them names, saying we weren't customers. He just kind of took it. He defended his position with why he made the movies. He always had his vision, his point of view. He wanted to do something different. He always had a reason behind why he did what he did. Instead of getting that from Lucasfilm, we're getting like insults. We're just getting called names, and now we're not being called customers anymore. It's like, how far do you want to go with this? If we stop paying money to these movies, the theaters aren't going to carry them, and then they're not going to pay you, and ultimately it's still our money that determines that. It's the logic, the lack of logic, I guess I should say. Anyway, I did write an email to Mr. Iger, Bob Iger, who's the CEO of Disney. It was a nice email, just stating my point of view, stating how this kind of attitude is just not good for Disney as a business, for the fans, for the franchise of Star Wars. I'm sure I will not hear back not because he doesn't care, but I'm sure the amount of emails he gets, for him to even read that email, it'll probably get lost in the heap. But you never know. One can always hope that possibly he'll read it and, maybe respond, or at least take it to heart and think about it, contemplate it, take a look at what's going on with Lucasfilm, and maybe, try to make some changes in the positive direction. I don't wish any ill will towards anyone at Lucasfilm. I wish that the fans and Lucasfilm could meet some common ground and stop getting insulted, because it's like, it's crazy. It's so insane. It doesn't make sense. I had other things I wanted to talk about. There's Obi-Wan news rumors going on, and there's rumors of the standalone Boba Fett movie, but I thought this story was just too important to ignore today, because it just shows like the culture of Lucasfilm towards the fans right now, or some of Lucasfilm. I know people at Lucasfilm. I don't want to make a blanket statement, because I don't want to say it's everyone there, because I don't know. I don't know everyone that works there and their points of views. We only get what gets picked up on all the social medias and what gains traction, and usually that's the insults and the negative things about the relationship right now between the fans and Lucasfilm. But I don't know. What do you guys think of this news not being called customers? Does that does that kind of feel like an insult to you? I know it does to me. I mean, the amount of money I spend. So it's like I'm not a customer of Star Wars and Lucasfilm. Then I'm a customer of just Hasbro, Mattel. The movie theaters I go to, AMC or whatever theater. It's silly. Like, no, I'm a customer of Star Wars. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share this, and try to get some traction on this story. It's gotten a lot already, but this really is kind of just the crux of the issue right here with everything that's been going on in this franchise right now. So we'll see what happens if anything changes or not in the near future. But thanks, guys, again, and subscribe to see more content. And until next time, lock the doors and hope they don't have blasters.